Hang on. Ooh, where did I go? I'm here in candlelight for story time. Like I said, I am going to make this as fun, creative, and playful as I possibly can. It's my way of keeping my sanity. Um, so, as you may or may not know, you will after this, that's for sure. My name is Royce Marie Patton, and I've officially dubbed myself General NewSense. Um, for more than one reason. um, but I have officially declared war on the city of Pittsfield, and I am demanding justice for what happened to me about a decade ago in the city of North Adams. All of that is on another video, tiny tiny URL /I, capital I, and small WANT, WANT 1000, just the number one and the 3 zeros, or just go to my library and find it. Uh, that is my video venting session of me kind of purging some stuff out of me. Uh, and tonight I wanted to introduce myself and share one of the stories I created while I was going through the North Adams BS. Um, like I said, it helped me keep my sanity. I'm a very creative person, and what I did was I created a actual and factual, Googleable, researchable um, lineage. Here we go. Let's just start with story time. I hope you enjoy. Are we letting ourselves be governed by people basically related to the devil himself? If the Bible is correct, then the answer must be yes, or else this country wouldn't be in such a friggin' mess, and these obvious connections to pure evil could not be made. Ladies and gentlemen, if you crack open a Google tab and Google Bush family tree and then go to the images, this is what you will see. Now, down below this photo, I will have a link to where I believe it was Fox News gave at that time President Barack Obama an interview about his relation uh, to George Bush cousins. Uh, Mr. Obama chuckled and laughed a little bit, um, and even giggled while he added, I hope we're not kissing cousins. As you can see, we have Dick Cheney. Over here we have Senator Kerry. Plenty of celebrities abound. This one was very, very funny for me because you may or may not know a few years ago there was a movie made by Hollywood called Abraham Lincoln Vampire Killer. And as you can clearly see, this is hilarious to me because Abraham Lincoln actually was one. Down here is Vlad the Impaler, Hollywood's inspiration for Dracula. He was also known as Son of the Devil. Coincidence? So, now here's a bit of history for you. See the guy in the lower left? That's Vlad the Impaler, aka Son of the Devil. Don't believe me? Go Google it for yourselves. Vlad III, Prince of Wallachia, 1431, 1476, 77, was a member of the House of Draculesti, a branch of the House of Bazarab. I'm probably not saying any of these names right, and I do apologize for that. And I also want you to know this is like take 4 or 5. It's been glitching out on me. I'm still learning how to push the buttons. I'm trying, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying. Also known by his patronymic name, Dracula, he was posthumous. He was dubbed Vlad the Impaler. I'm not even going to try anymore. I'm just going through it. There's the link. It's just Wikipedia, babies. It's Googleable. Yes, I also think it's quite funny that Bazarab, um, Barabbas, the serial killer that they freed in order to crucify Jesus, and Beelzebub, aka the devil, are words that all bear striking etymological resemblance. And etymology is the study of words and their meanings and their sounds and how their spellings have changed throughout history. Coincidence? And see, that's one of the things that I like to do. I should put a big red coincidence up there with that other coincidence that we found, um, because I collect coincidences. Uh, if you know synchronicity and human destiny, they say that there is no such thing as coincidences. That's why I love to collect them. So, and I do always also say, and actually, how many coincidences do you need to have before it's not a coincidence anymore? So keep that in mind as I continue on with our story for this evening. Um, all the presidents are related. And this young lady, and I do thank you for your work and your research, and I believe you, not just because I want to believe you, but because I am ordained. And when I first saw this, um, the first thing that hit my brain was the Bible verse, and nobody will get into the kingdom of heaven unless they come like a child. So I always watch very, very carefully inventions and ideas and that sort of thing that come from children. And I I have taken care of very 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 many children in my life. As a matter of fact, the young lady that I used to be a nanny for, I think my breath is hitting the candle, is actually, and that was my sleep coming back around. Or maybe it's the candle too far away. I don't know. I don't know why it started to blink out, but whatever. Um, yes, the little girl that I used to nanny set for is currently my roommate. So she's staying with me for a little minute, and that's okay. So I can prove that I pay very close attention to children. It's one big twisted sadistic family. I've known this for years. If you connect all the branches in this effed up family tree, you'll see just how incestuous, greedy, and bloodthirsty these people really are. Start here. And thank you once again, ma'am. This is 12-year-old Bridge Ann. Sorry, honey. I'm just gonna scroll. I don't want half your head there, baby. Um, from California, and in her family tree, she connected 42 of the 43 presidents back to one common ancestor, and it was a King John of England. And I say this to that. If all the presidents, save one, are connected to the same King of England, did we ever really separate from England? It kind of sounds more like they just traded the word king into the word president. So that might account for some of Trump's behavior lately. Just saying. It is, the link is there. You can just Google it. Just Google it. Hillary, Barbara Bush, and the Queen of England are all related. And this comes from this young lady's ancestry.com search. And it's got, you know, all the tree things. I mean, she was thorough and she's quite proud of her work. And I thank you for your contribution to story time too, honey. Thank you very much. Um, and Hitler is part of this oppressive, controlling conglomerate too. And yeah, photo support claims that George H. Sheriff Jr. was the 41st president. Um, the photo the picture pictured is, like I said, this is take 4 or 5, and it is 3:09 officially right now. So pictured is the Schiff family and a few friends circa 1938. Holding Mother Schiff's hand at left is Martin Bormann. In front is Reinhard Gell. In back is Joseph Mengele, and to his right is Gorzinski. Gorzinski, or I don't know why I'm getting the ski up in there, Zinni, and as a young man. At center right in the German Navy uniform is George H. Schiff Jr. And his father, George H. Schiff Sr. Borsman, I don't know why I'm putting an S in there, became Hitler's second in command. And this guy was Chief SS officer and assassin, and he was smuggled out of Germany under Operation Paperclip. If you don't know Paperclip, go to YouTube and watch it. It's on there. And watch a lot of versions because there's little snippets that some miss that get into the next one. Cross-referencing, that's what I call it. Um, so, yeah, they merged Nazi intelligence with the OSI to form the CIA with Wild Bill Donovan and Alan Dulles. These guys were also part of the CIA's mind control program, MK Ultra. Um, so, and this guy was the angel of death of Auschwitz, who escaped Germany to South America after the war. And and George H. Schiff Jr. became the 41st President of the United States. And this one, George H. Schiff Sr. was Nikola Tesla's trusted assistant. I was sorry, I thought I turned that all the way down. Oh, like a monkey with a gun with all these buttons. I'm learning though. Um, because I love Tesla, and he was the inspiration for my biosphere regeneration chamber and the other little thing that I call the contraption, the empathic therapy, um, cleansing and healing amplifier. The contraption. It's a beautiful thing. I did a little video for it, but whatever. Um, but there it is. Like I said, there's the link. It's all Googleable. This came from something called Deathbed Confessions, a little offshoot of Cannon Fire. I think it was part of the trail from which I was hunting information to compile my little story to make the torment and terror I was being put through makes sense. And it's still the only thing that makes sense to me. So I would love your comments and your thoughts on my bedtime story for all of us this evening. Of course, the above photo and statement is purely speculative, but Cannon Fire I should say also makes this claim. George W. Bush, Barbara Bush, and Aleister Crowley are all related. According to the research, few people understand that one of the most notorious individuals in British history may have contributed to the lineage of our current president, Aleister Crowley, aka the Great Beast 666. And another page in the book. This is, because it got darker, I think. Yeah, I picked it up a little bit. This is a Aleister Crowley, George Bush, obviously, comparison thing that I got from the Google. And you can see that they're pretty in line here. There's other info and photo comparisons for you to enjoy. Let's get back to story time. So, And this is my little wrap up of the story. I just think it's rather odd that our presidents seem to cross paths with so many people in history that have been dubbed devil or beast. Is the energy from our misery and torment simply food for demonic forces that we have come to know as the powers that be, our government, local law enforcement, and all the other, I got that backwards. I'll edit in a minute, babies. Officials that allow corruption to continue. I know this much. It would make everything I've been through make a hell of a lot more sense. And then there's this. We have 60 seconds in a minute, and 6 plus 0 is 6. We have 60 minutes in an hour, and 6 plus 0 is 6. We have 24 hours in a day, and 2 plus 4 is 6. Coincidence? Now, I do have the history of numerology here, and as you can see, it's quite old. Numerology has been well known for a long, long time, so they knew what those numbers were. They were very aware when they designed the Gregorian calendar. That time frame was designed um, for a specific reason. We have had no problem getting through night and day with other ways of calculating time throughout history. I think I think at a bare minimum, the Christians of this country should be in an uproar to see this connection to not only our government but to the devil himself. That's just my take on it and my tap on it here at Story Time. I would like to leave that with you. Please enjoy, share, like, comment, whatever it is that you do here on YouTube. I'm still learning the buttons. This is Royce Patton, aka General NewSense, um, kicking ass in Pittsfield, Mass. I'm gonna fuck 'em up with or without you. Bye, babies. Have a good night. Oh, I should end with more. Hang on. There you go.